It's the Pucks Out Here podcast.
Appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate everybody. Hope everybody had a good holiday season. Holidays hit it with a holiday season. With cheers, joys, man. I had a good. We had a good holiday season with the family. My grandma and everybody, and just was a time to just share and love and be with my grandma. She's 87 years old, so I try to cherish every moment I have with her because, you know what I mean, 87 is old as shit, so you try to just cherish those moments. But we had a good fucking holiday season, man, and had a good time. You had a good holiday, Dev?
Oh, absolutely, yep. Had a little one. She loved it. Get to see fucking Christmas through the perspective of the little kid, you know, like
Yes.
again. So like,
because the joy is gone for an adult.
Oh,
okay,
absolutely.
the joy is gone.
It
for an adult.
reminds you of how fire that shit was.
It used to be, yeah. So the fact that you can see it through a child's eyes is not being corny, but that actually is dope because as an adult, other than presents, you're just like, you get guap, and getting dough is cool, but then you did give me a fire gift because you did give me the Nego book, which is right here to my right, and I've been looking at that all week and all weekend getting inspo, and that's an amazing book. That book is like
just inspiration.
The Rizzoli book, and we've been looking at it. We've been going to the mall. We've been looking at it. Deb pulled up, was like, "Yeah, copy this." So just cracked it out the plastic, and it's been inspoing me. It's like basically Nego post-Bape era, all new album Nego, based off the album, based off of Steven Victor and his friends, Human Made. There's a little bit of A$AP Rocky testing in there. With the chains and all that type of shit, Kid Cudi, just a lot of good shit in there. But yeah, that was one of my dopest gifts that I got all year for Christmas, and yeah, and I just feel like I felt the seasonal depression more than I've ever felt it in my life this year. I'm battling it every day, not on some like sleeping in bed, like, oh my God, I just can't get over this. Like, we're getting up, we're doing things, but the seasonal sadness is upon us, and I feel that strongly. But one thing that we did that sometimes, okay, when you're dealing with this sadness and you're dealing with this fucking just overall like just pit in your stomach of just hopelessness, you're like, you got to pull yourself together, and you got to go to one of the most hopeless things that there is.
Damn right.
A Cincinnati Bengals game.
There you go. Talk about seasonal depression.
Talk about seasonal depression for, well, I'm 33, and as long as I've been following this fucking squad, it's been a seasonal depression, one way, sort or another. But yeah, we pulled up. So we were like, yo, we wanted to. One thing that comes along with the pod is like, I've been wanting to do like on-site videos. You've seen me do Sandman, and who else do we do? Enzo, and then we did some stuff in Indy at the GCW event where we asked some music questions of their roster. So I just want to just pull up, because if Puck's out here, he's fucking out here. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And nobody can get more out here. Hold on, side note. I don't even know if I want to get into this right now. You know what? We'll go with the Bengals, and then I'll get back to that. But yeah. So we were like, "Yo, why not get the final? You know, it's the final last game of the season. We've been wanting to go down and get some fan reactions down at the stadium and feel just an on-site video along the same realms, along the same editing scheme and editing style as other videos that I've done in the past." And Dev was like, yo, let's fucking do it. So we recorded the pod. What is even worse is we tried to record a pod the Saturday before, just wasn't feeling it. It was fucking not going well. Dev dipped and was like, think about that, dipped. And then I woke up and I was like, yo, we got to go do this. Like, we got to go to Paul Brown. We got to get a video in. We got to ask. We got to talk to some fans, feel what they're feeling. This is the last game of the season, so they're going to be more like, fuck this team. It's the Browns, so that brings even more of a whole nother 50% depression or 50% depression vibe. And there's just good elements. You have to understand, me and Devin have been going to Bengal games for over 25 years. So going to these games, like, we know, like, exactly where to pull up, exactly where there's going to be, like, a tailgate, or where, just certain things are going to be popping. So we pulled it together, pulled from the goddamn bootstraps, and pulled it up and went to what is now Paycor Stadium, which I'm always calling Paul Brown. Okay, that's just
I can't accept it either.
I can't accept Paycor
unless it's my paycheck.
Unless it's a paycheck,
then that's all good. But no, I can never accept it.
No.
What a fucking I mean, honestly, it was just like it's been fucking brick ass, cold as shit.
Yes, it had been cold here too, so we had a good day to just go up there and get these fans' reactions, and we pulled up, perfect timing. Game had been on for a little bit, and we went up, and we just went right on the grounds and got straight to it. Went right up to the property, saw one of my homies, Merck, shout out Merck, Trademark Aaron's manager for many years, and we Trademark Aaron.
I followed him again, and he followed me back.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was happy as fuck because I was like, man, he's like, out the game now. He's got a kid. But
yeah, Trademark Aaron is a local Cincinnati rapper. But anyway, so we see him. We get an interview with him. He's like, you know what, blah, blah, blah. Fire Zach Taylor. Fuck Zach Taylor. You know what I mean? And get Max Crosby, which all things sounded amazing. And not reality, but sounded amazing. And then we were walking around the stadium, and we couldn't. I mean, what better fan to see when you have a wrestling clothing brand than the Bengal Warrior himself? It couldn't have went any better. We saw him instantly, and I'm like, Warrior, can I get an interview with you? He's like, yeah, sure. We say, and we chop it up. I'm like, yo, how do we fix this franchise? Broad question. So he had to sit there and think about it for a really long time, which was hilarious.
That was the best part of the
that he had
whole,
to think about it.
All of it, that was such a good part.
Yeah, well, I had to edit. I was like, yo, let me zoom in on this motherfucker's face while he thinks about it, because it's just going to add even more to, like, what do you do with this franchise? Yeah. And he we asked him a question, and he was great to have on the video. And then we had a number of other people that we asked, but some didn't make the video, some didn't make the cut. We had a guy that looked like Jim Jones that was just in one of those cars that, like, are half razor, half car, half cage thing.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like,
what are those things called?
It's like one of them little sidewinder cars. Like, they look.
My boy wanted attention. He was out there, so we were like, oh, and I was like, yo, we gotta go talk to him immediately. So we pull up, we talk to him. I'm
what
like,
was
yo,
he doing out there?
Well, I don't know what he was doing out there, but he was like, yo, I'm like, yo, what do you feel about the Bengals' future in 2026? He's like, as long as Joe is healthy, we good. And I didn't really want to stop him, but he's wrong. Completely wrong. That's not, no. Joe could be a Heisman candidate, as he is. Joe could be MVP caliber, but that defense will fuck it up somehow away. But but then it was funny. These dudes, I think they thought that I thought that they were gay. They like had like a Browns. One had a Browns. One had a Browns jacket on, and one had a Bengals jacket on. This didn't make the cut, but I went up to him, and I'm like, hey, split household I see here. And he went, oh, no, we're not gay. And I was like, oh, no. I was like, how do you fix both franchises? And I don't really know what the Bengals guy, or the Browns guy said, but the Bengals dude was like, yo, fire Tobin. Everyone's like, fire Zach Taylor, fire Tobin. And, and
the ownership, they were like, fuck the ownerships of both of these teams.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck I'm on. Fuck all of them. We go down there and fucking they literally the next day.
So go down there and then get that reaction from the majority of the fan base, and then the first thing that's posted the next day is that they on their Instagram, Mike Brown, is that they have confidence in Zach and confidence in Tobin.
So much fucking horseshit.
Yeah, and it's just so much bullshit that you could. Yeah, just like, he's got to go, man. He's got to go. Like Stephen A. said, he's got to go.
Mind you, we had the chance to win like we normally do late in the fourth. Let Shador get a couple plays off and they hit a fucking game winner for us to bungle it.
Yeah.
Which we knew was going to happen, which we were wishing for it, honestly, because we were like, this game doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
We're fucking out of it. But the perfect thing happened of, us trying to sneak in, like have our high school nostalgic days.
What's funny is when, like I said, me and Devin have been going to Bengals game for 20 years. Like, we used to have season tickets, and this game we didn't have a ticket. We were just on the grounds just talking to people as they walked out. And then when you get the urge to want to go in that motherfucker, man, when you're outside, you're like, I kind of need to make my way in there somehow. And we had one guy that I went up to, and I'm like, yo, man, I'm like, if you leave, you can't come back in, right? And he's like, yeah, correct. Like, you know this. Why are you even asking me? And I was like, oh, well, in that case, can we come back in? And he was like, no. And I was like, so you're not trying to let it slide? And he was like, no. And I was like, oh, all right, fuck you, bud. So then we went around to another spot, and one guy wasn't looking, had his back turned. We went to the left. And first of all, way too old to be behaving this way. 33 years old, sneaking into games, not the way I saw my life going, I got to be honest.
Yeah.
Didn't think it, but then we got in there, and he's like, hey, it's just like impossible to do when you're in a wheelchair. Like, you just can't even get up in there. So you can't really go incognito. But like I said, sneaking into games, you feel like an utter shame though. It's a rush, but then when you get rejected, you feel just like utter shame.
I didn't feel a bit of shame.
You didn't? He's like, I didn't feel the utter shame.
I was trying to find the least looking like attentive person.
Yeah.
But this person
they all were fucking bulldozers, bro.
All fucking
hard asses.
They had like laser beams in their eyes, and every time we crossed that line, dude,
there
was a person within.
10
seconds.
If you crossed that line, it was like bing, bing,
but we did.
bing, bing.
No, listen. We get in there. We're like, I can smell the soft pretzels.
Yes,
dude.
I
can smell the popcorn, the beer.
I could hear the fries going in the grease, man.
We were like, oh, we can almost in there.
Yeah.
And there was maybe, I want to say 4 minutes left in the game. 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
We weren't trying to sit there for the whole game. We were trying to see if we could infiltrate. We did.
Yeah, we did.
And but they stopped us about 15 feet. Like, we were like on the concourse, around the concourse. And then the
he
dude
said, "Hey,
us.
did y'all just come from in there?" And it's like,
I
"What
said,
am I?"
no.
Supposed? And you just went smoke. You went, nah, and I just went, nah, I don't think so.
Like,
and then
I
I just
at the fucking Reds games, But
yeah, the Reds are like giving away tickets, but Bengals, they're a little more serious for that.
After this podcast,
yeah, I'm gonna be big. Yeah, dude, we got to do some freaking Reds content, opening day content.
Oh man,
look, we hate the word content. We're just videos, opening day videos. It's coming up. 2 more months.
We
despise that.
We despise that. But
but yeah, one thing.
We're here for the experience, not the content.
Yeah.
We just bring you along with us. If you want to see it, cool.
Exactly. Then we got to go to one of the greatest pizza places of all time, Taglia's. Taglia's smacks.
Yeah, that hit.
Best pizza in Cincinnati by far, but. I will say that I am no influencer, and what I wanted to say, I'm not a food influencer, but one guy that is a food influencer that I just want to just take this time out right now to give a shout out to is Krusty McGee.
Man.
Our boy Krusty McGee,
dude.
Killing the game. Let's have lunch. I'm outside of a random Dayton restaurant. Let's have lunch. Look, I'd be lying if I say Krusty McGee did not get me hip to some Dayton places.
Yeah, some places that I've seen him pass about 1,000 times too, and I'm like, I've always wondered.
He's inescapable on the timeline, Krusty.
Yeah. And
and he's got the bandana. Hey, why you got that bandana on, Krusty? What kind of debauchery are you up to, buddy? But no, shout out to all the Dayton influencers, okay? That there's a group of them. Daddy Chocula is another.
Daddy Chocula and his wife, man.
Daddy Chocula and his wife, man.
He just popped up on the gram, and we're like, dude, this is amazing.
Daddy Chocula and his wife, amazing couple. Then we got, Hi, I'm Ann. I'm 28 years old, and this is my life as a Dayton, Ohio single. I know I'm fucking it up, but shout out to Ann, too. Dude, this clip about to go viral right here.
Yeah, we be seeing all these people. We see them and maybe working in like a service industry spot. And then all of a sudden they're popping up in their reviewers.
Yeah.
Or they're out in the community, you know.
Yeah, like these are real content
Hey,
creators.
but don't be blowing up all the spots, though.
Yeah, don't be. Hey, Krusty. No, there ain't a spot. No, there ain't an uncovered rock. Krusty McGee has not fucking put up. We'll put his videos up here or put his on here.
Can we just start doing like random dives and strip bars and shit?
Yeah, dude.
Reviewing them.
There's a restaurant literally outside of my apartment, literally outside of my bedroom, right? And it's like right there in this complex. And I've never thought anyone ever went to this restaurant ever. And I saw a fucking video. Let's have lunch. I'm in West Carrollton.
Sure enough, he's there.
Oh,
we actually a couple times almost crossed over because like we happened to go to a spot that was like
Nellie's Chicken,
and then he was there like he just.
I'm at Nellie's Chicken. Let's have lunch. So shout out to Krusty McGee. Shout out to Daddy Chonkula. Shout out to Ann Kane. All the Dayton people. We love you, man.
If you want a guest spot.
Yeah, we Krusty McGee is getting a guest spot.
We'll be in touch, bud. We'll come eat a lunch with
you. Yeah. One thing that we did also go to this past weekend is go see the legendary movie with the legendary rollout, Marty Supreme. Man, overall, long-ass movie, but a great movie. If you're down for it, I would definitely recommend going to see it. Obviously, this rollout we've talked about ad nauseum on this podcast. We just love, just the way it was, the merch, the ideas, the visuals, the casting, everything about this movie was so on point and just almost directed right towards a motherfucker like me or a motherfucker like Dev. So we were excited to see this movie, and I think it just held out to be movie. I'm not even a movie guy, so I can't be like movie of the year. But I mean, it's got to be movie of the year, right? Like, you're a movie guy. You've seen Avatar. You've seen fucking.
I did go see Avatar. That's the first time I've been to the movies.
If you've seen Avatar, then you're allowed to say what movies of the year are fire.
Man,
So
Avatar. Yeah, it was pretty fire. I was faded, and then it was a good movie, 3D, IMAX.
Yes, but Marty Supreme. It had just like this rapper effect to it where he was like this arrogant dude that was just chasing his dream and just chasing the good old American goddamn dream, man. And it wasn't clean. That was one thing that you brought up, and I thought the same thing too. It wasn't a clean character in the sense of like this character wasn't. This character he had some flaws, some major flaws, but it almost made him more relatable. As somebody that was it almost made him more relatable.
It's just like kind of a glimpse at like, oh yeah, like the American dream. You can do whatever you want to do and get to where you want to be and do all the things. It's like, there's bad parts to that too.
It's bad parts to it. Yeah.
I was like, you literally got to pay the cost and embarrass yourself.
Yeah. Unnecessary. Yeah. Well, it is not an unnecessary scene. I mean, there's other ways they could have done it, but the ass paddle scene is proving what you just said, that it's like you got to prove what you got to go to some deep shit to like get where you want to go and to literally all the way embarrass yourself to do so, which is fucked up. But that scene is just a little much, gotta be honest. Like, didn't need to see that, and didn't need to see it for that long. It was just creepy, dude. Like, it wasn't even on. Maybe it was on some embarrassment shit, but it was also on some creepy shit. But yeah, Marty Supreme, followed by the actual last song. Everybody wants to rule the world, and his baby's being born, and he's crying. I started crying, and I've been like crying to that song for like a fucking week. That song is like
spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert, I guess. Fucking spoiler alert.
Go see the fucking movie.
Yeah, go see the movie, but Marty Supreme. Dude, we are at 20 minutes right now, but we got to plug this and stuff. But we'll be right back. It's the PucksOutHere podcast. We got a few more topics to discuss. Episode 20, you bitch.
This is for the haters, doubters, naysayers, and non-believers. The Pucks Out Here podcast.
one fucking thing I was seeing, or I was talking about this on the last podcast, but fucking J. Cole, I saw Rory and Maul on the Rory and Maul podcast. J. Cole or Maul say that J. Cole basically had to re-record his album after the Drake and Kendrick and him beef, but like basically that he had records with them, took them off, whatever. And I started thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, probably. I'm like, he was so like he was so like on a roll right before that beef started. It had even the maybe delete later, and the beef song that he dropped was that he later deleted actually was fucking hard as fuck. But I did feel like when he came out at that time and was like, yo, I don't really feel like connected to this beef or connected to this like as like that. I don't hate these motherfuckers. Like Drake and Kendrick hate each other. I don't know if J. Cole had that hate in his heart for these other motherfuckers. So that's why like he bowed out or whatever. But he was just on such a roll, and then boom, stopped, nothing, and like that just sucks. So I just want to hopefully, and we were talking about the other day. You said the greatest quote that the victimized rapper barely exists, and I'm like, dude, that's so true. Like the rapper that that doesn't always just rap about money, that maybe raps from a broke guy perspective that's trying to get on. That like perspective is like I barely hear that, and that's just me probably not listening to everything. But it's all like it's not like dang I'm broke, let me go get some money music. It's like it's definitely like let's go get some money music, but I'm already paid too. You know what I mean? Like, so you don't hear music like one of the best. Like we talked about them last week was Fly Union. They were like the absolute best at making that kind of music. But J Cole is somebody that I want so bad to come out. With music in 2026, dude. Like, you could put Kendrick on hold, and you can even put Iceman on hold for J. Cole, for me, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think it will be, even though I do need to hear his side. If his side, even if his side is basically what we all think it was, which was just that his heart wasn't in it. A lot of people like, oh, he's pussy. He didn't want those problems. Like, I don't think that. Even if it is, it's just like yeah, he can spit, dude. And the one diss he had, like I said, was dope. But yeah, yeah. I just feel like he's just got a lot to say, even outside of that beef. But we definitely need to hear a little bit of some of what he's got to say. But we'll see. But I would rather have a Cole. Would you rather have Iceman or a Cole album? Yeah, me too, dude. Yeah, the pressure on Iceman. Yeah, and like we've talked about, yeah, like we've talked about that this inconsistent rollout with these streams that are months apart and now look like not even a thing at this point. Like so, like yeah, the rollout and the Aiden Raw or the rollout with Iceman's weird, and then you have this Aiden Ross Rico trial, right? Which let me just say, I know nothing about. I don't know how a RICO can be a civil suit. I don't know how that. I don't even know or care about it, but I just know it's two things. Why does Drake like Aiden Ross? And either way, no matter what the situation is with the lawsuit, it's like another bad look for Drake, dude. Another bad look. Like, terrible look to be being sued and being in the same position with Drake or being with Aiden Ross. Like, that's fucking terrible. Yeah, to stream. Yeah. Yeah. But that can't be like the only reason you want to kick it like with like we got to stop like acting like streamers are talented like they don't like not all of them. I mean some of them are like guys like Kai Cenat are talented because he's creative in his rollouts and like things like that. But like dudes like Aiden Ross, these dudes aren't creative. These are just like spark up like weirdos. I don't know how these dudes even became cool, bro. Like, but yeah, I just don't understand how Aiden Ross and Drake hang out. That is one connection. Yeah, the money, dude. Yeah, Yeah. 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 That's so weird. God. Why does Drake need to buy? Drake does not need to buy streams. That's so weird. Yeah, ready for the album. Want to hear it, but yeah, just another bad look for Drake. Yeah, yeah. Like, dude, Drake, why are you associating yourself with this guy that like clearly is a lame, and then he clearly is like a troll, wants to hang out with Takashi? Like, Drake, you want to be associated with Takashi? What the fuck? Huh? Yeah, that's like some weird. Yeah, that is weird, bro. But um, one thing before we get out of here, dude, because my laptop is dying. But one thing I want to say is, I see we're coming up on an anniversary of an album that I loved so much, that meant so much to me. So on this segment of on this day, even though it's not on this day, we got about a week away from it, but it's coming up on 21 years of the Game documentary album. Man, this motherfucker was a classic. I would say in my top 25 favorite rap albums easily. Um, this was I remember being in seventh grade, man. He brought the West Coast back with this shit, bro. Like, man, first off, the cover with the Chucks, he's bringing Chucks back. I remember going and buying Chucks the day that the album came out. Like, it was like a double pack. They should have sold Chucks with the pack. I remember getting a pack, and then I remember getting the documentary album, and then going to Foot Action, who was sold Chucks at the time, and it was the fat lace joints, and it was the tie, and it was the fold down red joints, and I ended up getting Chuck Taylors. So now I got the Games album on. We're rocking Chuck Taylors, and this album, bro. Let's just start off. First song. Uh, West Side Story with 50 Cent. Like that, the keys, Crip, Blood, Essays, Asians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, white boys, Jamaicans. The Dre production made this album sound flawless. Like, you could turn this out, like, you can't do this with albums now, but like in albums especially that Dre was on, and in '05, I don't know who was mixing albums in '05, but you can turn them up to the highest of highest on the shittiest speakers, and it sound fucking incredible, dude. So shout out to the game. And this whole, not only did you have a guy who was representing the West Coast and doing this West Side thing all in a new spectrum, but he was rapping on beats by Dre, but he also was rapping on soul samples. Like, you had Dreams, you had Hate It or Love It with Cool and Dre. I mean, you had these monster records that was him, but he was rapping on soul samples, and it was just really, really good. And you got the Yay one, you got Hate It or Love It, which I can't determine why. I don't know who did Hate It or Love It. Why do I want to say that was Cool and Dre? No, it was. It was like Dre. Well, Dre like oversaw the whole project. Who produced? Oh my God! That's the second one. But who produced? What's the song am I looking for? Hate It or Love It. Dude, what if it's Cool and Dre? Yep, Cool and Dre. He's a hip hop god. What do you want me to say? Every time he think he's a fraud, he knows it. But yeah, no, the Cool and Dre sample. Uh, um, he was just using. Oh, he used Just Blaze. So like he had Just Blaze. He had Timberland production. The production on this album: Timbo, Just Blaze, Cool and Dre, Andre. Yeah, just man. And then remember this one though. I'm gonna get kicked off for you, dude. Oh, running, yes. Dude, yes, running. Give me a Roomba Aaliyah's with ESPN. You know, I got more sins than two lesbians. Whoa, controversial lines there, Gam. Goddamn, bub. Like Mexicans, also another controversial. You cannot. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, shout out to the game. 21 years. You're a cornball now. You always be a cornball. You're not the best rapper in Compton. Get the fuck out of here. That's Kendrick Lamar. You know what that is. That is insanity. But this has been the Pucks Out Here podcast. We will be back next week for episode 21. Primetime Deion Sanders, bitch. And also, if you guys know of a place where we can pod in Dayton, Ohio, that'd be awesome. We want to have some guests on, but we don't want to have them inside of our home. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.